All right, let's talk about something big that's happening in the healthcare world, specifically over in Vadodara. A major hospital chain just made a really interesting acquisition, and we're going to break down what this actually means for everyone involved. So let's jump right in. So here's the deal in a nutshell. You've got this huge healthcare group, Zydus Hospitals. They're a major player known for their specialty in cancer care. And they've just officially acquired Vins Hospital in Vadodara. It's basically a classic case of a big fish buying a smaller but very strategic local hospital. And that's the real question, right? I mean, who cares about the business jargon and the press releases? What we all want to know is, how does a deal like this actually affect patients? Does this make healthcare better, more accessible for people in the city and the surrounding areas? Well, that is exactly what we are going to unpack today. Okay, so first things first, let's meet the two organizations at the center of this whole story. You've got the buyer on one side and the hospital they just bought on the other. So check this out, because the dynamic here is pretty fascinating. On one hand, you have Zydus Hospitals. They are the giants in this picture, a massive established chain, and they're really well known for handling complex stuff like cancer care. And then you have Vins Hospital. Now, it's much smaller, just 100 beds, but, and this is the key, it brings two huge things to the table: a fantastic prime location in Vadodara, and it's a modern, ready-to-go facility. You can already see how this is kind of like a perfect match of scale meeting a golden opportunity.
Okay, so that brings us to the big why. Why this particular hospital? Why make a move right now? Well, it turns out this wasn't just a random decision. It's all part of a very well thought out strategy.
And that strategy is something called the hub and spoke model. It's actually a pretty simple idea if you think about it like a bicycle wheel. In the middle, you've got the hub. That's your main, super specialty hospital with all the advanced technology and top doctors. Then, branching out, you have the spokes. These are your smaller, local clinics and hospitals. They handle the more routine care and then send the really complex cases inward to that central hub. It's a really efficient way to spread high-quality care across a really wide area. And boom, this is exactly where Vins Hospital fits into the puzzle for Zydus. See, they aren't just buying another hospital to add to their list. No way. They are acquiring their future hub for the entire South Gujarat region. That prime location we were just talking about, it's the perfect spot. The whole goal is to transform Vins from a general hospital into a powerhouse of specialty care, making it the new anchor for their entire network in the state. And you don't even have to take my word for it. Just listen to the chairman of Zydus, Dr. Pankaj Patel. He calls this a pivotal step in their mission. So for the folks at the top, this isn't just a business deal. It's a core part of their goal to make high-end medical care something that's actually within reach for more and more people. So, the strategy is clear. But let's look ahead. What's actually going to happen to Vins Hospital now that it's part of the Zydus family? What's the vision here? Well, the plan is, it's ambitious, to say the least. We are not talking about a minor upgrade or a new coat of paint. The plan is to take this 100-bed hospital and more than triple its capacity, turning it into a massive super specialty center. Yeah, just look at that number for a second. Over 300 beds. That is a huge jump. A move like that shows a massive investment and a fundamental change in the level of care this place can provide. This is all about creating a true regional healthcare destination.
And here's how they're planning to do it. It's going to be a phased expansion. First step is just integrating Vins into the whole Zydus network. But then they start rolling out the big guns. They're going to add a full-on comprehensive cancer center. The whole shebang with radiotherapy, medical, and surgical oncology. After that, advanced organ transplant programs. And on top of that, they're developing top-tier cardiac and critical care services. This is the kind of stuff that people often have to travel to a major city to get.
Okay, let's tie this all together. We've seen the players, we get the strategy, and we've looked at the future vision. But let's circle all the way back to our first question. What does this all mean for the people of Vadodara and South Gujarat? Why does this matter? So here's the bottom line for the community. Number one, more access. All of a sudden, incredibly advanced specialty care, things like oncology and transplants, are way closer to home. Number two, comprehensive care. This creates a genuine one-stop shop for a whole range of complex medical issues. And number three, a stronger network. By beefing up this hub, it has the potential to raise the bar for healthcare quality across the entire region. And that leaves us with one final, pretty important thought. This deal in Vadodara, it's really just a small piece of a much larger trend we're seeing everywhere in healthcare. As these powerful networks get bigger and bigger, the huge question is whether this whole hub and spoke model will actually deliver on its promise.
Will it make top-tier, specialized medical care a local reality for everyone everywhere? And not just a luxury for people living in big cities? That's the real test, and it's something we'll all be watching closely.